Hi everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to make Snowball, the Simpsons cat. He stands quite nicely. For this design, you're going to need about 160 black bands. I'm going to use 2 yellow pony beads. If you don't have yellow pony beads for the eyes, you can use bands. I did give them a try here originally. It's not the same kind of look, but just to show you with bands. I'm going to use a single pink band for his nose. I'm going to use 2 white E-beads for his teeth. I can show you how to do this without the E-beads. And I'm going to use a single ocean blue jelly for his collar. And I'm going to use 1 loom. And our loom is going to be in its original position with the arrows facing down. So I'm going to get started. The first thing I'm going to do is thread the 2 white E-beads onto a single black band. For that, you're going to need a piece of string. So I'm going to use just a piece of elastic for making beaded bracelets. You can use dental floss if you have. What you're going to do is take one end and you're going to go through the center of a single black band. Now grabbing both ends, you're going to put both ends through a single E-bead and then just bring that on the band. We need to put another one. So grabbing a single E-bead, putting both ends through and putting both beads on a single. Just remove the string and put to the side. Now if you don't have the E-beads, what you're going to do is take a single black band, and I'm just going to go right across my loom from the left to the right, just with a single black. Not too crazy about this black elastic, hold on. From the left. Now grabbing a single white band and your hook, you're going to bring your hook underneath the band and grabbing one end of that white band, bringing it underneath and putting both ends on your hook. Now you're just going to do a slip knot, and I'm going to use my fingers to make it tighter. And now we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So grabbing a single white, your hook underneath the black, and now grabbing both ends and doing a slip knot. You can remove this black band off the loom, and we're just going to tighten the knots by hand here. And just put to the side. Maybe one little more tug. And just put to the side. Now I'm going to show you how to do the back legs. I'm going to do both with you. So the first thing we're going to do is take 3 bands. And I'm going to go down once on the right. Now taking double bands, I'm going to go down twice. 1 and 2. Now taking 3 bands for the foot and go down once. Taking a single band, I'm going to cap the end 3 times. So just push your bands down and go around. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to do the exact same thing, just a copy, on the left. Starting with 3 bands, go down once. Now, double bands, go down twice. 1 and 2. Just going to fix. Now for his foot, we're going to take 3 bands and go down once. Taking a single, we're going to cap the end 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. We're ready to loop up, so grab your hook. You're going to reach in, moving that cap band out of the way, and grabbing just the bottom 3 and go up, right to the top. We're going to do the other leg. So reach in, moving that cap band out of the way, and grab your bottom 3. You might want to hold that cap band down and go up. Going to remove off the loom, and you can just place this to the side. If you have an extra hook, great. If not, I'm going to put this on my right side so I don't mix up the front legs and the back legs because they're going to be a little bit different. Removing the last one and just put to the side. Now to do the front legs, what we're going to do is take double bands, and we're going to go down the loom. I'm going to go on the right 4 times. So double bands. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now switching to 3 bands for his foot, go down once. You want a single band and cap the end 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Going to do the same thing on the left. Double bands, go down the loom 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now switching to 3 bands for his foot, go down once. Take a single band and cap the end 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. We're ready to loop up. So grabbing your hook, you want to reach in, moving that cap band out of the way and go forward. I'm just holding the cap band down because they tend to fall off. Just go straight to the top. Now on the other side, we want to do reach in, and remove off the loom. So I'm just going to put this on the left side to separate the legs and remove. Now I'm going to do the face, and for the face we're just going to use double bands, and I'm going to go from the left up to the center and then center down to the right. On the right, I'm going to go down 3 times, double bands, 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to do the same thing on the left, 3 times, 1, 2, and 3. Now we want to close this off, so I'm going to go from the left down to the center, and then the center up to the right. I'm going to push the bands down, and we want to fill in the middle, so we're going to go down the loom 4 times with double bands. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to put triangle bands now, just for the holding bands. So take a single band and you're going to make a triangle on the second pegs going down. We're going to do this again, single band, making a triangle. And one more time. Now we're going to do the ears. So for the ears, what we're going to do is take a single band, and I'm going to use the bottom part of my loom. We're going to make a triangle. I'm going to push the bands down. Now taking a single band, we are going to double this. And I'm going to go from the center up to the right. We're going to do this one more time, so we're going to go from the center up to the left with a single band doubled. So this is what you should have so far. Now take a single band and you want to cap the end in the middle 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to make the same thing down below, so we can just kind of copy again. So a single, we're going to make a triangle. We're going to take a single, we're going to double this, and I'm going to go from the center, just the peg below, up to the right. Now, single from the middle up to the left. So we're going to double it and place it on. It's overlapping. We don't want to overlap. Now take a single. We're going to cap the end 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we're ready to loop up. I'm just going to start at the bottom one here. Grab your hook. You're going to reach in the middle here, moving your cap bands out of the way, and grab your top 2 bands, which are going up to the left. We're going to reach back in the center and grab the bottom 2 bands that are left, and they're going up to the right. Now we're going to loop up this triangle band. So I'm going to start on the right, reach in, and just grab that single triangle band and go up to the middle. Reach in on the left, grab that single triangle band and loop up to the middle. We're going to remove this one off the loom, but I'm going to relieve some of this tension here. So with my hook, I'm just going to remove the bands off the peg on the right and the bands off the peg on the left. Put your hook through the middle at the top and remove. I'm going to attach this to the top peg on the left, just putting all the loops around. We're going to loop up the next ear. So with your hook, reach in, moving your cap band out of the way, and grab your top 2 bands. They're going to the left. Reach back in the middle, grabbing the next 2, and they're going up to the right. Now on the right, we're going to reach in and grab that single triangle band, and we're going to loop to the center. Reach in on the left, grabbing that single band, and loop up to the center. We're going to relieve some of this tension, so remove the bands off the right and then the bands off the left pegs. You can remove off the loom, and we're going to attach this on the right side at the top peg. Now we're going to do the eyes. If you don't have yellow pony beads, I'm going to show you how to do this with bands. And you can use a single yellow and a single black, but I'm going to show you how to do 2 of the yellow bands with a single black. So grab your hook and a single black band, and you want to wrap this around your hook 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Grabbing double yellow bands, you're going to wrap this twice on either side. So 1, 2, 1, and 2. Push down to make another eye. A single black wrapped around your hook 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Grabbing double yellow, you're going to wrap this around twice on either side. 1, 2, 1, and 2. Now grab a single black, attach to the hook, and you're going to bring all these bands on this single band. You can do section by section. Just a couple of bands at a time. And attach on the second peg going down on the left to the right. But with the pony beads, take a single black and you're just going to pinch and slide the beads on and attach to the second peg going down on the left to the second peg going down on the right. And you can separate the eyes. Now we're going to do his body. So we're going to start with this neck, and we're going to use 4 bands for the neck. So just go down once in the center. Sorry, I lost my 4th. Now taking double bands, we're going to give him shoulders. So from the center down to the right, and then center down to the left. Now go down once on the right, once in the center, and once on the left, double bands. Now we're going to go from the left up to the middle, and then the middle down to the right. You might want to push your bands down. Now go from the left down to the center, and then center up to the right. We're going to fill in the center, so just go down once because there's a gap right here. Now go down 3 times on the right with double bands. 1, 2, and 3. On the left, go down 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to close this off. So we're going to go from the left down to the center, and then center up to the right. I'm going to fill in the middle just in 2 spots using double bands, and the last spot is where I'm going to show you how to make the tail. So go down 1 and then 2. To do the tail, we're going to do this by hand with our hook. So grab your hook and you're going to grab 9 bands. The first one, we're going to take a single band and go around our hook 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now grab a single band and we're going to double this. Grab on with our hook and slide this band on. Pinch and slide on, grabbing both ends. Again with a second loop here. Single, double, and pinch and slide on, grabbing both ends. Third loop, double, we just need 8 loops. So this is the 4th now, single, double, grabbing both ends. Our 5th, double, sixth loop, double, seventh, and 8th. So you should have 8 loops and plus this the end band, which would be a cap band. Now grab double black bands and we're going to slide this on, grabbing both ends. Now what you want to do is take this off your hook and we're going to turn the tail around and put it back on our hook. We want this curve to be at the tip of our hook. Now you're going to attach this to your loom at the bottom here, and this curve you want facing the tip of your loom, the top of your loom. So you're going to grab one end and put it around the loom to close this off the other end at the bottom in the center here. Now we need holding bands, so grab a single band, you're going to double it, and we're going to make a triangle right below this section in the belly here. So it's going to go on this peg. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th, and your 8th peg, and you're going to make a triangle. We're going to do this again, single, doubled, and a triangle below. One more, single, doubled, and a triangle below. Now grab a single band, and you're going to cap the end in the middle 3 times. So push your bands down, and 1, 2, and 3. Now grab your hook, and I'm going to loop up this section here at the bottom. So reach in at the bottom, move that cap band out of the way, and grab your top 2 bands, which should be going up to the center. Reach back in, grabbing the next 2 bands, and they're going up to the right. Reach back in, grabbing the last 2, and they're going up to the left. Now push your bands down, and we're going to attach the back legs. So the back legs are on my right, and they're the legs that have the 3 bands here. You're going to attach this back on your hook, and the first 3 loops are going to go at the peg above. I'm going to go on the left. The peg above the bottom of his body here on the left. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and your 9th peg. First 3 loops. And then the next 3 loops will be on the bottom here on your 10th peg going down. I'm going to do this with the other leg, putting the ends back on my hook. And I'm going to do this to the right side. The first 3 loops will be at the bottom here on the left. And then the next 3 loops will be on the 9th peg going down. Now I'm going to start to loop up this body here. And we are going to grab just the bottom bands, and I'm going to do 3 sections on the right. You're not going to loop anything with this leg. You're just going to reach in at the bottom, move all these bands out of the way. You can loosen up some tension by moving your hook around, and make sure that you're moving all these bands out of the way, and grab your bottom 2. Now instead of just kind of ripping forward and then breaking your bands, what you want to do is go around the peg and go forward, just so your bands don't break. So that was 1 section, 2, and then 1 more. On the left, again, you're reaching for the bottom bands. So reach in, move all these bands out of the way, bring your bands up, go around the peg from the left to the right, and then go up. Around and up. Around and up. In the center, we're going to do 2 sections. So reach in at the bottom and loop up 1 and 2. Now you came here, you're at the part with all these bands here, so reach in, grabbing just the top 2 bands, and they're going up to the middle. Reach back in, grabbing the next 2, go to your right, reach back in, and the last 2 are up to the left. Now I'm going to go at the left here, move all these bands out of the way, and grab your top 2 bands, and they're going up to the center. In the left, you can just loop up the last set of bands on the side. Now, going on the right, reach in, grab the top 2 bands, and they're going up to the middle. Reach back in and loop up the last section on the right. Now we're going to attach the top leg, so push your bands down on the sides here. Grab a leg and put this back on your hook. You're going to slide this on the peg on the left, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and your 6th peg going down. Grab a next leg, put on your hook, and attach this on the opposite side on the right, making sure all the loops are around the peg. Now we have just this section to loop for the bottom body. So I'm going to go on the left, move his arm out of the way, and grab the bottom 2 bands that are his shoulders. On the right, move the arms out of the way and grab the bottom 2 bands and loop up to this neck area. Now we have one more section in the center, so reach in, grabbing the bottom 2 bands, go up. Reach in and loop the neck. Now before I show you how to make the mouth area, we're going to reach in the middle here and grab the top 2 bands and loop up 1 and go up again, 2. Go back down to the chin area, reach in, grab the next 2 bands, and they're going up to the center. I only grabbed 1 band. They're going up to the right, sorry. Reach back in, grabbing the next 2, and they're going to the left. Now we need part of this loom here. So what I'm going to do is just remove part of his body off the loom. I'm going to go right up to the shoulders and leave the arms just on. We don't need that much room, but I just think it would be better. So we're going to do his mouth, and the first thing we're going to do is take double bands, and we're going to go down the loom on the right once. We're going to do the same thing to the left, just right across here, so they're even. We're going to go down once in the center, and we're going to be at the pegs above the right and the left. Push your bands down at the ends. Now I'm going to show you how to attach the teeth first with the bands. What you want to do is we're going to attach the ends, one end on the left and the other end of the black band on the right. When you're putting this on, you want to make sure that the bottom of these bands are facing the bottom of the loom. You don't want them facing the top. So just put one of the loop ends around and on the right. Now grab your hook and you're going to separate these bands and you're going to wrap it around the peg below. Now taking the top band and you're making like a diamond shape. I'm going to take this off and do this with the E-beads. So just grabbing, we're going to do the exact same thing, putting the ends around. And I'm just going to take my hook and separate to either side. Now grabbing one end, wrapping it around the peg below, and then the top part of the band and making a diamond. Now push down. You're going to take double bands and we're going to make a diamond shape right on top. There's a triangle, then making it a diamond. Push down. You're going to take a single band and cap the end 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to loop up, so grab your hook. And what we're going to do is move this cap band out of the way, and you're going to reach in and just grab one of those bands, so the top band, and you're going to loop it up to the left. You're going to reach back in, grabbing that next single band, and loop up to the right. Now the last band that's left there is the one that the teeth are on. So reach in and grab that band and go forward. Now we're going to loop up the bands on the right and then the bands on the left. So reach in and go forward. On the left, now take a single pink band and we're going to wrap this around our hook 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to loop up the center and we're going to slide this pink band on before making that teardrop. So pinch and slide on. Now we're going to remove this off the loom, but I'm going to relieve some of the tension that we have here. So on the right, I'm going to remove the bands off here and then here, just to make it so you don't ruin the shape. Now take your hook and we're going to remove the bands off the right, then the center, and then the left. Now we're going to attach to the loom. You're going to have 12 loops around your hook. You can just kind of flatten the loops if you need to. The first 4 loops are going to go on the 3rd peg going down on the left. The next 4 loops are going to go the 3rd peg in the middle, and then the last 4 loops are going to go on the 3rd peg on the right. So all you're going to do is just pinch the 4 loops and slide on the 3rd peg. Grabbing the next 4 loops and slide on. The next 4 loops, and there we go, making sure that all the loops are on. Push down. Now we just have a couple more steps to do, and what we're going to do is take a single band black, wrap this around your hook 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now take a single band and we're going to double this. Grab onto your hook, pinch, and slide. Grabbing both ends. What this is the pieces on the side of a space now. So we are going to loop up on the right 1 section and we're going to slide this piece on. So reach in. So before you make that teardrop, you're going to slide the piece on. And now make that teardrop. We are going to make another one for this section. So take a single black band and wrap it around 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Take a single black, double it, pinch, and slide on, grabbing both ends. Now we're going to loop the second section here on the right. Move all these bands out of the way. Slide over the peg and make that teardrop. Let's continue on the right, looping up. Reach in. And I'm only grabbing 1 band. There we go. Move that ear out of the way, grabbing the bottom 2 bands. And now we're going to repeat the same thing on the left. So take a single band and wrap it around your hook 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Take a single band, double it, pinch, grabbing both ends. And now reaching in at the bottom on the left, grabbing those bottom bands and slide on, go forward. We're going to do this one more time. Single band, wrapped 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Single band, you want to double that, pinch, and slide on. We're going to reach in. We're at the 3rd peg on the left, grabbing the bottom band, slide over the peg, and slide this piece on. Continue looping. Move the ear out of the way, grabbing the bottom 2, and go to the top. Now we need to loop 2 more sections in the center. So starting at your 3rd peg going down in the middle, we're going to reach in for those bottom 2 bands, and we're going to loop forward. You might want to move your eyes to the side, and one more section. You want to just make sure you've looped everything. Grabbing a single black band, we're going to do a slip knot now. Put your hook through the center, grabbing the end, bringing it through, and grabbing both ends. And slide over, make a knot. He's ready to come off the loom, so I'm just going to relieve some of this tension using my hook. Now we're going to fix. So what we're going to do is bring the eyes to the front. I'm going to hide the slip knot to the back, turn them around, grab your hook, and go through the center of the head, grabbing one end, and hide that slip knot. Now what we're going to do next is take your hook, and we're going to go through the neck. So you're going to see, if you just kind of give it a little stretch, here's the neck. You're just going to take your hook and go through the middle and bend it towards the back. I'm going to stick my hook right through this section of bands below the teeth, just in the middle, and give it a bend. Bend it towards the back. Remove the hook. And now we're going to work on the body here. So bend the back. You can bend the legs, but I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to go through this section at the top part of his belly, just through the middle, and just bend it. Remove the hook. And we're going to pull out the face right here a bit. And bend his legs. For his feet, you're just going to bend them towards the front. Pull his back legs out a bit. Bend his foot. Now take a black marker, and what we're going to do is just make a line going straight down. You don't want to do circles, just make a straight line. Just going to pull out the teeth a bit. Now if you did have the bands, what you can do is just take a pair of scissors and you want to cut the band, but you don't want to cut it too short. So just be careful that you don't cut the body after. So he's done. I hope you enjoyed Looming with Cheryl. Please subscribe down below. I have a lot more designs to load, and I will see you next time with another. Bye for now. The last thing you want to do is just take a color that you prefer. I'm using the Ocean Blue Jelly, and I'm just going to wrap this around his neck for his collar. And he's done. I hope you enjoyed Looming with Cheryl. Please please subscribe down below. I have a lot more designs to load, and I will see you next time with another. Bye for now.